Now let's say we have a couple of fonts here, but we don't like that, or we want to install a specific font in Microsoft Word. So how we can install that? There are a couple of websites with which you can download either the paid fonts or the free fonts. So let's visit that. Now there are a couple of websites here. Some of them are paid, some of them are free, but the top website that I like is myfonts.com. So although we can see that we can find some amazing fonts here, and we also have the facility to read the font. So what we can do is, whenever you want to identify any font used in any particular document or even in a design, let's say you're designing on Canva or whatever software, we can use this myfonts.com, go to what the font, and here we can just use the URL or take the screenshot of that font and then identify it here. So let's say I uploaded this LinkedIn banner and we want to identify this kind of font. So let's click on identify the font, and it will give you some samples that are either the same or most closely linked to that type of font, or it follows the same style. So you can use any one of them, but the problem is these fonts are paid, as we can see here. So if you are working for a client, you can just simply demand that from the client and you can get the font. Otherwise, we can use some free fonts as well. So here we have 1001 free fonts here. We can see that we have some amazing fonts here as well. So we can use all of this in our designs, but for a Word document, these fonts are not very, professional. So we can search by categories as well. Let's say computer. So we will find this kind of fonts, but still it's very fancy fonts. If you want some proper fonts, we can use fontsquirrel.com. The best part is it's free and it has some amazing fonts. And one more thing, if you want some more fonts, you can also explore fonts.google.com. You can get some free fonts from here as well. Now the best part of the Google fonts is whenever you like any particular font, but you're not sure how it will look like when we write our own text. So for example, I selected any font and I want to choose this, for example, this one, let's say. So we can see all the details here. We can also use the type tester here. It will show you that how it will look as a heading, how it will look as a regular text, and you can see some other details about it. Now, if we want to type our own text to see how it looks, we can use it here. Just scroll down a little bit where it says styles. It says here, type here to preview the text. So let's write something here. History of the world, let's say. So it looks something like this. If you want to preview by increasing the size or decreasing the size, we can change it to regular. So it will look something like this. So for example, I like this one and I want to get this font. Let's click on the top right corner, which says get the font, and let's click on download all. Just choose the location. This is the font style. Let's save it and let's go to the folder now. Now we don't need to extract it. We can just simply double click here and just go to the font and click on install. And now the new font will appear in the Microsoft application. And not only Microsoft application, it will update in all the possible locations you want to use it. So I want to check the new Amsterdam. So just write new here and it will be shown here. So we can just choose this and convert it to this font, increase the size of it, whatever you want. So it will look something like this. Now just a quick tip here, if you want to quickly increase or decrease the size by keyboard shortcut, so what we can do is just hold the Control Shift and just use the full stop key to increase the size. Similarly, if we want to decrease the size, we will use the comma key by holding the Control and Shift button. So this way we can easily increase and decrease the size of the text. Now let's try another website, which is this one. So for example, from the font squirrel, I'll follow the same method and let's choose a font that we like. So we also have the categories here. So if we check on the right hand side, we can use the most popular one, the hot ones, the almost free and all. So let's write most popular here. And let's say I want to use this one. Now, if we like the font, we can click here. We can check all the details here. Let's click on download OTF, save it, and let's go to the folder and we can just select the type of the font we want, the simple bold or extra bold or whatever, the medium, the light one. So we have all these fonts available. Now, for example, this is the font I like. And actually let's copy the name, otherwise it will be difficult for us to find that. Now this one is the font. Let's try to find it here, and we can see here this is the font. So let's choose the text here, and this one is the font installed. So we can use either of the website, whatever suits you. And here on the font squirrel, we also have the font identifier, and you can do the same thing. You can just upload the image to identify the font. So guys, just try it by yourself, and I will see you in the next one.